Yeah, so we'll start today. So last two sessions of with respect to pointers and arrays and pointers to string and pointers to structure. Uh, so finally, so with respect to pointers, uh, so we were discussing about like some of the important topic with respect to a last part is pointers. So like if you want to learn the pointers, the majority of time, people are finding very difficult. That's why we have elaborated sessions on the pointers. And we started with simple pointers concept. It's a variable which holds the address of another variable. And I think this is the third or fourth sessions where we are trying to understand further. Okay, like not only using a variable. Now, from today's session, we are going to discuss about how pointers with arrays, pointers with structures, and pointers with strings. So using this, we can able to appreciate, okay, how pointers are contributing. And if you are able to understand this, and I think the data structure concepts will remain easy. The foundations will be easy for the people who wants to do in the core part of applications using data structure. When you talked about pointers with arrays, as you know that pointer is a variable that stores a memory address of another variable. Here, array is a collection of elements stored in contiguous memory locations. Using pointers, we want to point to the array. So if you look at this, this is an array and it is a contiguous location stored. If you want to point to the beginning address of a array, I can use this. And when you see this, it is always holding the address of 10. That is the first element, array 0. So that is the meaning here. When you give +1, it will go to the next 20, 30 like this. We can access. So we should remember, since pointers are in the form of like a array, we will be using this. Just for better understanding, we'll type some programs and try to understand further. Let me go further. Okay, let me go to the editor. Quickly, we can open this. Okay, so now since in the last session we have discussed what is callback functions, like how to use a callback function and all those things. And today's sessions will focus on the pointer with array pointers with strings and pointers with structures. So now let me start with pointer with array. Now, if you look at this, so we are talking about pointers with array. So what exactly pointers with array? Let me better to understand by writing the simple program. I believe that because I have written, so for every program, this is required. So I'm not going to get into in detail, just I'm telling you. Hash include studio.h, hash include funio.h. Okay. So here void main. So you know that why we are writing like this. Now, if you take the array, assume that I have a array, holds an element 10, 20, 30, 40, something like that, 50. So it is a simple array. Now, if I want to point this integer of array is integer type, so integer pointer is should be of the same data type, and it should be holding the address of ARR. That means it is as good as you are finding address of ARR 0. So this is what you are doing. That is the memory address of ARR 0 you are putting here. So it is as good as that. Okay. That means the pointer is pointing to the value 10 actually. Now, if I want to print this, let me just to understand further. Now let me print this printf. The first element is new line. Let me write content of the pointer. So that content of the pointer should print. Okay, 10. Similarly, if I want to get into a second element, so then control insert, shift insert, then second element, control F9. So we can see that so here we have to increase the next element. So that means the second element, that is 20. So similarly, if I increase to 2, so that is 30. It is increased to 4, control F9, so 50. So this is what we call it as a pointer to array. If you want to print this in sequential order, we can do this. Let me write this printf. I can write using pointer arithmetic. Now, if you look this for, let me declare data type I. So now if you add this basics, okay, I is equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. So let me print this, okay, printf. So now %d. What is this? So every time it has to print, right? So I can print in one line or next line. It is up to us. Star ptr plus I is equal to 0, 1, 2, something like this. We have understood last time. So here we have understood what is the significance of 1, 2, 3. It is nothing but by default, the first element is stored, address is stored. Then 1 means 0 is this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this we have seen, it has printed. Instead of that, okay, we are giving sequence order up to 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, and star means content. So let me execute this. Missing semicolon. Yes, we have missed here. So you can see that first element is the 10, last second element is second is not a second element, it's last fourth means 0 A04, that is fifth element. Using pointers, we are able to print 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Dynamically, I can able to access. So this is what we can do as a pointers actually. Now, if I want to modify certain element, okay, is it possible to modify? Yes, you can modify also. So how can you modify? Star Okay, PTR plus maybe 3 I will add it. Okay. So if I want to modify 100 with 100. Now, if I execute the same, let me take this. And if I print here, after modification, after modification, after modification, I will write it. So now if I look at this, so here you can see that control F9. Okay, you can see that first element is 10, last element is 50, and you have navigated and also you have modified fourth element, that is 40 is replaced by 100. So this is how you can you can modify here, because array starts with 0. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 means fourth element is modified. So this is how we can understand, okay, how pointers are dealing with arrays actually. Now, if you want, so similarly, when we are talking about characters, that is also an array. Okay, so we understood now how pointers are working. Pointers is with array, especially. Today, we are discussing about pointers with array. So normally in arrays, it is a contiguous elements. And first, your job is to get the address. So why we have not added by default is this one. So that's why we have not added. So by default is that only, output doesn't change. So it means ARR, it means that it is an address of an array we are adding to the pointer. So that is what we have seen. So if you without this also for arrays, and you can do that. So that was the meaning. So always you have to pass the address of the variable. By default, if you pass an array, so obviously it will be like this only. Now, this is a numerical entry, numbers, okay? But normally, when we are working, okay, it may be we are using what we call to say the characters also, or some names or strings we are using it. So let us see that, okay, how to do with the array of pointers, not only pointing to the integers. If you want to point to the some characters, so let me write here itself, okay. Pointers with array of strings. Let me not to confuse you people, since you people are beginners. So those who are going through the YouTube also, they may be beginners. So that's why, so it is better to go like this. If you character pointers array. So now let me go here. Character array. So now let us deal with character array. Now same as usual is include studio.h. So there is no doubt about this. As include conio.h. This is for clear screen. So wind main or wide main. So you can use it. So now if I character, it is instead of integer, it may be names. So array name is names. So you can assign Sachin, Rohit, okay, Virat, something like this. So if you are able to assign, so always we can do this like this by clear screen. We have done this printf. Now let us see that. So is there any difference? Instead of yes d, I have added a string. So names is equal to 0. Okay. Control F9. So let me get ch. So you can able to print such. So that means you can do that. Okay. You can able to access. It is as good as something like this. If I want to allow, instead of this percentage this star plus 0. So such and such. So that means you have understood. So name, if it is a character array, to the first address, then second address, this value. So we are able to get 0, 1. So we are able to get the array with the 0, 1. We are able to read this. And we have understood this, the pointers with string. So that means we are able to read the value and we are able to print. So it is not only like this. If I want to if I go with something like that, if I want to print, let me print this. Let us see that. What will it print? If I print %s, new line, okay, names. So some unknown character. So that means when you're pointing this, okay, so you are explicitly telling this, okay, you are telling the pointer to this. So we are able to now this also you can see. So this is a array. So what is the problem? So it is giving lot of errors. So declaration itself is array. This is nothing but it is a pointer to an array. It is not a one character. This is the number of characters. So then, so you cannot able to do this. So if you want to let me write one more. So instead of an array, if I take just value, hello world, hello world. Now here I am adding this one. So you are able to see this. That means, so when you are passing like this, it is the starting of this, and it is entered till the end of the null character, because any character array is like a last character will be null. Till that time, it will be printed. So that's why we are using like this. But if you want to use array of pointers or a characters array, so then it is better to use like this. So we have understood how to use this. Similarly, if I want to, instead of this, let me write, here only I will write it. Character str1, welcome to pointer program. Now, if I want to print this, control insert, shift insert, control KK, so str. So now, instead of str, we have str1, but this one should be pointer. What is only one line? It is not an array because it is not separated by comma. So there is a syntax error, declaration syntax error. Always you should see the above of the line. Okay, so we are able to print it. So that means we have looked into all possible ways of pointing to the character array. So that is what we have seen. So the character array. So we are able to understand. So pointer to string, pointer to array, what we call it is a, we are able to understand. So that means we are very clear about so how pointers will work with these things. Okay. First, this is an array of characters. That is Sachin, Rohit, and this one will be printed in the contiguous memory location 0, 1, 2 kind of thing. Here, when it comes to a hello world, it is a just character by character we are taking. So that's why we are able to print it. Then, similarly above, just I am pointing instead of array, I am pointer to the first element till the null character. I wanted to take it. So that is nothing but str. Because of all these things, the pointers is able to map to the correct memory location. Now, after understanding this, okay, if I want to write, okay, like just like a till null character, we can iterate and we can do all those things, okay, and we can able to execute. So let me write simple one function. Let us try this. Void print string character ptr. So pointer passing. So for more meaningful, I can make it as a pointer to a string. So I have done this. Now it is a first character address. I got it. So now if I want to, so I have to check and see that whether it is reached the end of string or not. So for that, so we have to do small test whether it is equal to null character or not. So that means always end of the string, we will be having this type of additional characters. So we are going to do that. Then character by character, I wanted to print this str. So character by character means %c character. So I am able to print this. So let me add here. Now after this, I have to increment plus, that is 1 by 1. Now you should call this function. You should call this function print print. So okay. So now let me run this. Should return a value. So return 0. Printf. So Python method I have used. In Python print here. So here it is not printing properly. So because we have not used the content, it is just we have done F9. So we are able to see that. So we are able to print the hello world. So dynamically, if I want to pass and if you want to print through the functions, just what I have did is just I have passed the starting address, that is str. So str, so that is a hello world. It is an array type. So it is a pointer to that array, that is str. Content of that value has a value. Okay. I'm checking that whether this content of that has a null character. If no, then I will come here and it is I indicate that it is not the end of a character array. So what I will do is I am printing the pointer. That means in that address, what is the value it is associated? That is a pointer to a variable. We go there and see the content and I will print it. Here actually address we are going to increment. So that is what we have done here, 1 by 1 byte. So we are able to print this actually. So this is how last character will be a null character of that string in the hello world. So because of that, we have went there and we have done here. So this is how we can do the pointer to strings. So pointer to strings also we have understood. Pointer to array also we have understood. So that means we are clear about what is a pointer, what is a pointer to array, and pointer to the string. So the last but not least, okay, we wanted to understand is pointer to a structure. Okay, so pointer with structure, because normally in data structure when people are working, they are always dealing with a structures in C programming. So if you wanted to do that, let me create one more file. Okay, the pointer to just structure. So I create here. So here the structure means I think we already discussed and we know that. So what is structure? It is a group of different data types. For example, student here we have the roll number, the name, and marks card. Similarly, if you go to the employee ID, employee name, salary, designation, these are all a structure. Okay. So if I wanted to point to that, okay, how do you do that? So that is nothing but the accessing the structure actually. So let us see one with simple program and using pointers how to access and how to print that. So if you are able to appreciate, then that is what is the basic requirement for working with data structure. We will be able to understand very well. So for example, linked list, doubly linked list, these are all a structure only, and we will be using that. That's why it is better. Initially, it is better to understand that actually. So how do you access those variables and all those things? So let me now, without wasting the time, let us get into this. So now, if you point to what is our objective, pointer to structure. So this is the pointer to structure. Now let me create hash include studio.h hash include conio.h. So then struct student. So now here, so we have int roll number. So this is one data type, char names. So how many? So character array. So the name size, we got it. Yeah. Similarly, for student, there should be a marks. So that is float type. So I have created a student here. So end with semicolon. Now, let me write void main or int main. Okay, it is the beginning of the program. Now, what I will do is, so I will directly assign the value for this. Okay, struct student. So what I will do is S1 or S also. Okay. So what is the first value I have to pass? 101. Second is name. Okay. Mahesh. Okay. So then third value is float. So that may be 90.6%. So that just I have added this. It is a normal structure and we have initiated this. Now, if I want to use the pointers, so what I have to do, struct student. So this is student, not student. Okay. Star PTR pointer to a similar to an integer float. Okay, whatever we have done, similar to that, it is pointing to the structure. That is nothing but S1. Similar to an array. If it want to be more sensible, so just we are adding the address to this pointer. Now, after this, okay, now let me print how to do this. Let us clear screen. We have understood how to read the value. Now I wanted to print this just to understand how values of the structure will be printed. So here, pointer, this is an address. So to represent this PTR, so this is an arrow indicating that what is the data item you are looking into. Similarly, if I want to print, so here name, so names, pointer to name. Okay, so pointer to this in marks. Marks. Now here it is pointing to. Okay, so here what is that marks is there. You just notice, so how in structures we are pointing the value like a roll number, names and marks. So that arrow indicates, so that means it is there rightly pointing to the structure. Now once this is done, let me return. Let's see it. So then you close this. The value, something I have missed here. Line, comma is there, right? So comma is there. What I have missed here, Mahesh. So everything is right only. Struct student, S1, student pointer, ampersand, S1. Roll number. So roll number, names, and marks. Something I have missed. Somewhere. So if I run this, expected line number, somewhere I have done semicolon, comma, somewhere I have missed. See, this is correct only. S1 student, student. S1 is equal to 201. Mahesh. This is comma only. So it is telling comma missing. So everywhere it is there, correct. Pointer to the structure, colon, semicolon, character, array, roll number is an integer, float is the marks. So everything is right. Let me make it. Sometimes some problem is there with this editor. So here integer only I have kept. So this is string. I've done this mistake here. There is a problem somewhere. I have missed. Struct student. So comma is expected, but I have comma here. 101 Mahesh. Okay. So this is there. Comma is there. Roll number. Some struct struct student roll number. Names. Float or integer marks. That is not a problem. So void main. Student S1. Yeah, correct. Why this is taking backfire? So here something I missed. Character name marks. Let me allocate. This is statically I added. So at this, let me check this. For dynamically, if I wanted to do that, so what I have to do is, let me S1. So this can be a S1. So if I wanted to do dynamically, S1 is equal to, so then I have to do the pointer, PTR, something like this. Now, dynamically, just I am checking why it is not student star malloc. Dynamically means we have already studied in the previous session. So dynamic memory management. So I'm making use of that. So CT student. This is done. So once this is done, if memory that is okay, null it is always will be there. So now let me give this, assign the value and check. Assign values. S1 pointer to the roll number 102 printf. Later we'll do this. So similarly, if I want to read the value, I can read it. Okay. Printf S1 name hello S1 marks 89, something like this. Now, if I want to print %d, percentage and %d. So at least let me try this. So better to just one character is taken. Yeah, enough. Because otherwise I have to make it as an array, but let us do this. S1 to names. This is S1. S1. So we are able to print. So I'm able to print the message. So the reason, so the previous one should work actually. Somewhere I have missed something. But actually, previous session we have understood like when you want to read the value dynamically, we can create it and we can assign this. So just to simplify that, I have done this because to read this we can assign directly, but string we have to read at a stretch. Otherwise, we have to create like array. Previously, we have done like a pointers, and then if you assign the value, then definitely you can able to print it. This is how we create the pointer to a structure, and we are able to read the value. This is how we can point to that. Similarly, if I want to point more than one here only one structure, I have only one struct value I have taken. For example, if I want to dynamically in a school or a college, 100 students are there. So here only one student I have taken for learning purpose. I have done this. But usually what will happen, it is more than one, like a dynamically, it is a pointer to the more than two dimension. That is called nested array, something like that. Nested structure we call it as. So in that situation, similarly we can do that. How we have done for integer float, we can do that. For example, same thing if I change or modify. Let me try this. So just I'm modifying it. So instead of one record, I want to okay. So let me try now. So yes of 2 is equal to, let me add nested one. So 101 Ravi 67, something like this, comma. Similarly, 102 Mohan 90, something like this. One day has taken two sides. Then I have to use the semicolon. Then I will be using the pointer to this. So that is nothing but star pnt pointer. So that is nothing but yes. So we have done this. Now instead of this, let me write the for loop. For loop for, so I may declare int I is equal to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus. So because if you have more than one record, how do you do that? Individual record we have seen in the last program. So let me try this. So instead of this, so the PTR, so this is PTR. So you have to do starting address we will be getting. Then after that, we have seen this. Okay. PTR plus I name PTR plus I, something like this. It looks like a very complicated process, but slowly you can see one or two times, you'll be able to understand what I am trying to do here. So I can able to print two records. So basically, so if when we are earlier days, people now we are using Java, like a .NET, for example, Indian railway system. So Initially, they developed complete application on the C programming. Assume that Indian railway system is the biggest software, right? Okay, because it is a too big country. I can say that India is consists of more than 28 uh, the states. That is nothing but how many railway counters are there every city? Okay, more than 750 districts, 5,600 taluks. Okay, those many people are there. Okay, and if you see the railway reservation counter which is implemented in C program, so how effectively they might have done. So that is what you can understand. Okay. Now we are using advanced technologies like Java or a .NET. Okay. But earlier days, the iterating the record, you should need a efficient understanding on the pointer concept when we are working on dynamically. For simple program only, we struggle too much. But you understand, okay, the importance of pointers when we are dynamically adding the new record, new ticket, something like that. If you wanted to do that, okay, then definitely we will be might be using the pointers in that system, and you imagine the code at which they have written. So this is how you can imagine with a simple student structure only you can able to relate that actually. So this is how you can deal with because if you look at the node, a linked list or the stock queue, whatever we are building using the pointers, okay. So you can imagine. So when you go to get into the linked list, you can able to relate this. So in the today's session, actually, what we tried to articulate was what is pointer with array, what is pointer with character array, and also we try to understand pointer with a structure because which is a basic foundation for any data structure concepts, even like a the C++ kind of structures. When you start, it is always start with this type of things. From this, we started thinking about the object oriented programming. And dynamically, if I try to understand, so we are using the pointer to the structure. So pointer to the structure. And this is how we are able to relate. So apart from this, largely people are working with the pointer to a functions. Okay. So there is small topic is there with pointer to functions. So if we completes, I think all basic foundations about pointers from last 3-4 sessions, what we are discussing, quite useful. If people who wants to learn data structure, then better to read this prerequisite pointers and the basic foundation coding before getting into data structure. Otherwise, data structure definitely it is not so easy to understand. Okay, so whoever's beginning of the beginners who wants to start coding, okay, always remember, okay, without learning C program, if you try to jump to the Java or C++, you cannot able to enjoy or you cannot able to build the logic effectively. So it may take extra time, but always it is believed if you want to become a beginner or a good programmer, so always you have to start with C programming. And once you learn C programming, hardly it will take 20 days additional time, okay? If you are able to learn, then you can learn C++, then you can learn the data structure. Then if you are able to learn these C++ and data structure, and if you want to learn Java or a .NET or any other programming language in future, so everything remains easy actually. So directly majority of people nowadays, they're learning advanced technologies and it is just an abstract layer. And for those people, definitely they are not able to appreciate how internally architecture has been written. And the simple logic, if something has to be tweaked, they find very difficult. So that's why always foundation is more important. And in the series of these lectures, that's why I would like to give the importance on the basics coding. So that is what we have tried to understand. Okay. So in this session, it looks very complicated, but it's not so complicated if you try to play 1 or 2 times the video, and definitely you can able to appreciate. So with this note, today's sessions we can wind up. And thank you very much for joining. Thanks a lot. So, Atay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so after C program, what is expected? Why people are they interested to join or not?
I don't know, sir, exactly, but I think they will join the C sharp. I think
Which one?
C sharp.
No, but without understanding basic are they having a understanding of
So,
basic foundation in
sir,
programming?
yes, sir. We will start C plus plus. I think it's okay, and I will discuss with them. No.
Yeah, so because I started because everyone found to be a non-IT, okay, and because of that we
Yes.
started with this, okay, and almost to see I have covered one or two sessions are there that completes means the C program will be completed. So
Yes,
really
sir.
just check that what is their expectation, okay? And if
Yes.
really needed, we will do it. Otherwise, not to waste the time, okay? Because other program are simply they want to learn HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, some web design. They are not interested in coding. Just inquire about that, okay? Because anyhow,
Okay, sir.
this is foundation is required for others also in YouTube. Some people are requested, so we are doing. I have no issues. Okay, and unless
Yes.
they join for the course, definitely. Because just for C program without C programming, just if they try to jump for .NET, definitely they can't understand.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know that, but I think this days, so you know, sir, about that. This is, I think, Ramadan month. You know, sir. That.
Yeah.
So some of them are busy.
Okay. Okay. So you just check and let me know. Anyhow, one or two sessions I will do and conclude the C programming 100%. And if someone
Okay,
is
sir.
joins, they want to know the coding. So you just send this link, YouTube link. There is a all sessions, whatever I have covered. Okay, that will be helpful. After that, if they are interested for advanced programming, we can do it.
Okay, sir. I'm always sharing this YouTube channel with my friends also, sir. So they are watching that.
So you got it. What is that actually? So YouTube, you can go and
Yes, sir.
type here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Daily, daily, you're sharing the links, no? So
Yeah,
video
this will
links.
be UPL
I'm
Snipe.
sharing with.
So if they go there and here someone wants to learn database, they can also go and learn the database.
Okay, sir. So I think all those videos are in same link, sir.
Okay. So here, yeah, share. So they can go and learn that also.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Hello. Hello, sir. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈವ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈವ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ 7 to 9 PM ಡೈಲಿ. ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮುಗೀತು, ನೋಡಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್. ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸರ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನಾಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಸರ್ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ 2 days ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ EJB ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, EJB ಎಲ್ಲ ಔಟ್ಡೇಟೆಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಮ್ 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 ಓಕೆ. EJB ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಹ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಮ್ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 1 day ಹೈಬರ್ನೇಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಹೈಬರ್ ಸೊ ಈ 1 day ಎಲ್ಲ ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ 2 day 6 ಯೂಶಲಿ ಸರ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಮಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಟೋ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಆಟೋ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ MEC ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅದು ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ನಮಗೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹಲೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಯೂಶಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟಿಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟಿಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದನ್ನೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಆಟೋ ವೈರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಟೂಲ್ ಸೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಅವ್ರು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರೆಡಿಮೇಡ್ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೋಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೋಡ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾನುವಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹಾಫ್ ಎ ಡೇ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ. ಹಾಫ್ ಎ ಡೇ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದೆನ್ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 3 hours ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್. ಇಟ್ 9 o'clock ಇಂದ 6 to 7 hours ತನಕ 1 day ಫುಲ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಹುಡುಗರು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ನಾನು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಅದ್ರ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ನಾನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕವರ್ ಸರ್. ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಸಮ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅದ್ರಾಗೇನೆ. ಹೌದು. ಓಕೆ 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 ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ಬ್ರಿಲಿಯಂಟ್ ಇದಾರಲ್ವಾ ಹುಡುಗರು? ಹ್ಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದಾರೆ ಸರ್? 54 ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ. ಜಾವಾ ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇದು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ವಿಟಿಯುದಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿಟಿಯು ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಜಾವಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ವರ್ಕೇ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಬಟ್ EJB ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ, EJB ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅದು ಔಟ್ಡೇಟ್. EJB ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಲೈಟ್ ವೇಟ್ ಟಾಮ್ ಕೇಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಸರ್, ಅದು EJB ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಆ, ಆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂತೂ EJB ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ವಿ. ನಾವೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಫಿಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟು EJB ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಚುಯಲ್ ವೈಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಟೈಮ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹ್ಮ್ ಓಕೆ, ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಅದೇನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾರು ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಗೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವರು ಅದೇ ಅವರು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಮ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ JPA ರೆಪಾಸಿಟರಿ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಬೂಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲಿ ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಯೂಶಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೈಬರ್ನೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 5 to 6 hours ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್, ಹುಡುಗರದ್ದು ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ಔಟ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅವರು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಈ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಹ್ಮ್ ಹ್ಮ್. ಇರಲಿ ಇರಲಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.